Let's go back to the field test that you will never do. Never ever do the field test if you're 21 or over and not on DUI probation. In fact, even if you're on DUI probation, you're not to do the field test, just to blow in that ridiculous little machine. So, you're not going to do any of those field tests. But here's the next one they give you. If they're not in a hurry, they have you stand with your hands at your sides, feet together, head back, and estimate 30 seconds. Some of them say 30 seconds, some of them say count 1 to 30, and some of them say count 1, 1,000, 1, 100. Well, if they don't tell you to count 1, 1,000, 1, 1,002, you're never going to get the 30 seconds. You're scared peeless. You're going to go to jail. You've never been in jail before. And there's your beautiful wife or girlfriend sitting there watching, and there's a cop being very tough with her, shining a flashlight in the back seat like you got your dead grandmother back there or something. And now you're standing there and you're just scared peeless, and you're supposed to estimate 30. It doesn't matter. It's his word against yours. Guess who's getting paid to do this? And so he says, no matter what, in 99% of the cases, you missed the time and you weaved. Well, you weaved, but you weaved in 2 or 3 inches. That's normal. Got it? 2 or 3 inches is that much. Got it? That's normal. But they're going to make it so, because you don't know, you're just reading it says you weaved, and so you think, well, I guess I failed that test. You didn't fail it. Now, if they're in a hurry, they get right to the standardized test. And there's 3 standardized tests. So they might get to that, and that's where you hold your leg out 6 inches off the ground. Well, now, it depends on how you hold your leg out. Some of them have you holding it up at the knee. Some of them have you holding it out straight in front of you. Some of them have you holding it. They got to do it exactly correctly if it's a standardized test. And they almost never do. All right? So, now, then you hold the leg out for 6 inches off the ground. They don't tell you the rules. Basically, if your hands go out or anything like that, that's proof you're drunk. On and on and on. Next test, after they botch that one up, is the standardized test, walk a line. Now, when you do the standardized test, I will go through this with you and tell you, did they have you stand in a certain way during the instruction phase? You got that, other lawyers looking at this? You can learn from me. During the instruction phase, they got to be standing in a certain way. Anyway, we go through the federal boards, and then I take apart what they did item by item. So you don't think I'm making it up, all right? The next test, if they do a standardized test, would be to walk the line. What line? Now they don't need a line because the government's making it easier and easier and easier for them. So you walked off the line that didn't exist. Very good, government. That's great. That and 10 cents will get you a cup of coffee. You walked off the line that didn't exist. Now, how stupid can that be? You're going to see if the guy can walk a line. And you can't raise your arms. Many of them don't tell you that, but you can't raise your arms. If you raise your arms, why are they doing that? Now, you think God made you to put one foot in front of another? You think that's the way God made us? Look at the Barnum and Bailey. I dated myself, right? Look at Barnum and Bailey. Look at the guy walking the high wire. What does he do? He puts his feet in front of one in front of another, right? He doesn't have to touch his heel to his toe, or he'd fall off. And he has a long pole to balance, right? This is a sucker test. You do this one, you're crazy. They're going to have you do it like this, right? Even your old guy like me, you're doing this, right? Your arms are going to go out. You're drunk because your arms went out. Smart, right? Cop stops you, side of the road. He has no idea whether you've got MS, multiple sclerosis, AIDS, anything else like that. No idea at all. And he's going to give you gymnastics. And why? He doesn't even know why. The why is the chemicals moving in your body. If it's in one part of your body, if you saw the first video, it doesn't matter how much you drank, 32 Long Island iced teas, you're innocent. There's another part of your body, no matter how little you drank, almost you're guilty. And he's trying to figure out where it is in the body based on gymnastics. Isn't that clever? That's like two orangutans throwing oranges at each other to figure out if the moon is in alignment with the stars. He's got 5 medical questions to ask you, and he's told whatever you say, hey, my left leg's falling off. Well, I made a note of that. Now let's do the test anyway. The whole thing's a sucker trap. You're a fly in a Venus flytrap, and you're headed on down.